Today we're going to flip through the Blood Legacy expansion to Frostgrave. This book came out a while ago, but the miniatures that go with it are on pre-order now. There will be links in the description below. Whether you choose to buy those miniatures or not, you can still play this game. One of the things that I really love about Osprey Games is that they produce rule sets that encourage you to use whatever miniatures you happen to have. Another thing that I really like about Frostgrave is that it gives you a role-playing experience in the form of a miniatures game. In the expansion, you can play your wizard as you normally would, or as a vampire, or a fire giant. Both the fire giant and vampire are wizards, but there is also an option to change your pre-existing wizard into a vampire. If you go with the fire giant, you're going to have to start with a brand new wizard. But if you go with the vampire, you can either start the vampire as a regular vampire or convert your pre-existing wizard into a vampire. On top of that, this book contains rules about creating high-level wizards too. My goal is to help you decide if this is an expansion that you would like to buy. Both the vampire and the fire giant get their own schools of magic. I like the idea of walking around with a fire giant, but your level advancement will be slower than your human counterparts. That's okay, they're more powerful physically. On top of that, there are new soldier types as well. You can have a blood merchant who brings blood to their vampiric lord, a sword master, a vampire hunter, and a whole slew of giant-blooded soldiers. The giant-blooded soldiers are so powerful that you're only allowed to take one in your party at a time. After the soldier section, you get the rules for the high-level wizards, as well as alternative ways you can spend your experience points. No Frostgrave book would be complete without new campaigns. In the first, two warbands make their way through a manor full of vampires. This campaign is different than others. Each of the first two missions are played twice. Each time, only one warband is on the table. The other player plays as a vampire and the creatures. The goal of these first scenarios is not for the vampire to win, but rather to soften up the opposing wizard for later missions. To make it even more fun, each of the players get to make their own vampire and henchman to play against the opposing wizard. In the third scenario, the two players play their own warbands again, and a third player is suggested to run the main bad guy and the other creatures on the table. You don't need the third player, but it is a suggestion. In the second campaign, you play as high-level wizards, but each player also gets to create a fire giant wizard that they will be sharing control of in some of the scenarios. There are all sorts of interesting rules in these scenarios, including the option to replace your apprentice temporarily with a vampire. Why would a vampire want to join your group? They are recruiting wizards to help them plunder the ruins of the giants, and they feel that they are not powerful enough on their own to do it. Again, these missions are meant for very high-level wizards. After going through the caves of Findelka, the book continues to new treasures that your group can obtain. Again, there is more fantastic artwork. There's some interesting creatures here, and if you are after the official miniatures, North Star military figures is the place to go. There will be some links in the description below. The book gives a couple of pages to new abilities and gives you cards that you can photocopy out for the new spells and ambush cards that are used in some of the scenarios as well. Special thanks goes out to Osprey Games for sending me this book. If you are interested in obtaining this book or any of the related miniatures, there are some related links in the description below. Some of those links earn Must Contain Minis a small commission at no extra charge to you. In the interest of full disclosure, any link that could earn a commission is labeled as affiliate. Overall, a very enjoyable book. Highland Media edited the video. If you're looking for a freelance video editor, his contact details are in the description below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out my other videos and mustcontainminis.com as well. Until next time, happy gaming everyone.